so lovely that even though we can't be together this year, we've still managed to put this fabulous activity on for you all. So hopefully by now you've got your packs and opened it and seen all the wonderful things we've managed to get you this year. Some of them were quite tricky to get, but we have managed to get them for you. So first things first, I like to put all my things out on the table so I can see what I've got and which bits and bobs I'm going to be using. Okay, so first things first, I've popped all of my items into groups so that I can then start wiring them before we put them all onto our wreath. So firstly, we've got our pine cone. The best way to wire a pine cone is to use one of the bigger wires, and we're going to push it through the pine cone right at the bottom as close as we can get in between the little cones, and then give it a good twist so that it is ready to go onto your wreath. We've then got some flowers this year, which I have cut off for you. So if you just do exactly the same, put your wire either side of the flower, bend it over and then twist it around. These are then done. We've got your oranges and apples, which you can either put on individually. I like to put mine on in groups, so I've put mine in twos. I then choose one corner of my apple. I thread my wire through the base, bottom corner, fold it over again, another couple of twists. In your pack, you've got lots of berries. They are fabulous to use. You can either use them singularly on their own, where you can just twist them onto your wreath. I've grouped mine into small groups. Again, twisted my wire all the way around it and I've popped those together. We've then got some lovely eucalyptus. Again, all the wiring is pretty much the same. We put it in between the wire stem, bend it over and give it a good twist. And finally, in some of your packs, we've got the lotus heads again. These can be quite brittle, so do be careful. If you turn them over and pop your wire through the base of your lotus head, you can then bend those and twist them again. And then we've got our cinnamon. I've put these cinnamon into groups of 3, or you can put them in groups of 2. You've got some ribbon in your pack for you to twist around them. Again, thread your wire through and then you are ready to go. Your bow should be made for you, that's in your pack. And then you've got a single strip of ribbon, and that is to hang your wreath onto your door. Next, if you turn your wreath around, this year our wreaths that we've bought have actually got an indentation to show you where the top of your wreath should be. And I'm using my ribbon, feeding it through, tying a knot. Doesn't matter, this doesn't have to be neat, you're not going to see it. Cutting it off. And then pulling it so that your knot is inside your wreath, and that is the top bit of your door wreath done. I'm then going to turn it over, and because I've got my loop at the top, you can either choose to put your ribbon at the bottom, which is quite traditional, or you could go with a new modern way of doing it at the top. So just for this video, I'm going to put mine at the bottom. The easiest way to do this is to feed your wire through the spruce. Try not to poke yourself in the hand. They are quite sharp, these wires. When it's firmly in, if you turn your wreath over, you can then use your wire and thread it either around the main wire, if you can get it through there, or through one of the pieces of blue spruce, and then that will be in place. Next, I think I'm going to put my flowers in. So before I put them in and secure them, I'm just going to roughly put them in place, just to double check that they are where I want them. And then I'm going to feed those through in the same way I've just done with my ribbon. Again, turning your wreath over and wrapping your wire around the spruce. This is always the trickiest part. Keep turning your wreath over and back. And then I think I'm going to add my eucalyptus around the sides of my flowers. So I'm going to put those in next. Again, feeding it through. And then feeding that wire back through. Then to balance my things out, because I've put these in groups of 3 over here, I need something quite big in the middle here, so I'm going to use my cones. These can be quite tricky to get in, do be careful, again the wires are sharp. Once you have wired these in, you can move them and manipulate them to where you want them to be in your wreath. I'm going to add some oranges in now. And as you start to build all these things into your wreath, you can choose to be quite modern and have only a few things on. Or you can go quite traditional, only put all of your natural things on. We have given you quite a variety of things this year, as we can't be with you when you're doing it, so it gives you a few options. And then I'm going to use some of my berries. I'm going to spread them out. Put those. I think I'm just going to put them all the way around. Obviously, when you're poking all these wires back through your wreath, do try to make them nice and secure and push them back into the spruce, otherwise they might scratch your door. So it's always best to just have a good feel at the back and just double check that they're definitely all pushed in. So I have still got quite a lot of things left to add. So I'm going to put some apples in. If the wire will go through. Obviously I am rushing mine just so that you can see the finished result. I'm sure you will spend much more time on yours debating on where you're going to put everything. And if you're anything like me, you'll put it on and take it off and put it back on again, move it around, hold it up and then decide you don't like it there. Start again. And there we have it, your finished wreath. Finally, it's over to you. I hope this video has been helpful and you have a wonderful time with your children making your wreaths over the weekend. We would love to see them. If you pop them on your child's portfolio, we will have a look at them.